All right, we are about to unpack what is basically a high-stakes cosmic heist that just went down in deep space. Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're looking at a crazy precision maneuver pulled off millions of miles away from Earth, involving an incredibly advanced robotic explorer, a terrifying near disaster, and a daring swoop right past the Red Planet.
Okay, let's dive into this. On May 15, 2026, NASA's Psyche spacecraft, which is on this epic mission to explore a distant metal-rich asteroid, decided to take a highly calculated detour. It skimmed the Martian atmosphere, getting incredibly close to the planet's surface. But you've got to wonder, why would a spacecraft heading for the asteroid belt need to buzz Mars in the first place? Well, to make sense of this incredible maneuver, we first need to look at exactly where this spacecraft is actually going and what it's hoping to find.
Section 1. Destination: a metal world.
The ultimate target here is 16 Psyche, and this isn't your typical run-of-the-mill ball of rock or ice. 16 Psyche is an M-type asteroid, meaning it is heavily metallic. In fact, scientists think it might actually be the exposed iron core of an ancient protoplanet. Basically, a building block of an early planet that had its rocky outer layers violently ripped away by a massive collision billions of years ago. We obviously can't drill down to the center of the Earth to study our own planet's core, so going to 16 Psyche? That gives us our only real shot at looking inside a terrestrial planet's core, much like the one right beneath our own feet.
It's an absolutely massive world, sitting way out there in the vastness of the main asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. We're talking roughly 173 miles or 280 kilometers across at its widest point. Recent studies suggest it's this incredibly dense mix of metal and silicate. Now, to reach this distant metallic world, the spacecraft has a targeted arrival date of August 2029, which is quite a wait. And making a journey this long and complex, well, it requires some seriously innovative technology. But as the team quickly learned, spaceflight rarely goes exactly to plan.
Section 2. The Xenon Fuel Crisis.
See, before Psyche even reached Mars, the mission faced a truly terrifying hurdle. Imagine the sheer tension at mission control when things suddenly went wrong with their primary propulsion system out in the dark void of deep space. Psyche is a real pioneer. It's literally the first interplanetary spacecraft to use solar-powered Hall-effect electric thrusters. So instead of burning conventional explosive chemical rocket fuel, these thrusters use solar energy to accelerate xenon gas. This creates a highly efficient, gentle, but continuous thrust. It's a game-changer that allows the spacecraft to reach its destination much faster while sipping just a fraction of the propellant. But this innovative system hit a major snag.
And this brilliantly illustrates just how fast things can go south. After launching on a Falcon Heavy back in October 2023, everything was going perfectly smoothly. That is, until April 2025, when the spacecraft experienced an unexpected pressure drop in its primary xenon propulsion fuel line. For a mission relying entirely on this thrust to reach its destination, this was a massive, mission-ending kind of crisis. Thankfully, mission controllers were able to quickly resolve the issue by engaging the backup fuel line, and they got full thruster operations back online by mid-June of 2025. That incredibly rapid save kept the whole mission alive and right on track for their crucial encounter in May 2026.
Section 3. Executing the Gravity Assist.
With the thrusters back online, the spacecraft sped toward the Red Planet, which brings us to the real climax of our story. Now, a gravity assist isn't just some scenic flyby for taking pictures. It is a calculated theft of orbital momentum. By flying incredibly close to a massive body like Mars, a spacecraft can essentially hitch a ride on a planet's gravitational pull. It slingshots around the planet, stealing a tiny fraction of its orbital energy to drastically boost its own speed and change its direction. And the best part? It does all of this without burning a single drop of precious onboard fuel.
But to maximize this theft, you really have to get close. On May 15, Psyche absolutely threaded the needle, coming within a razor-thin 2,864 miles of the Martian surface. Whipping around an entire planet at those incredible speeds, it was a flawless, high-speed, precision cosmic slingshot. And the results? They were exactly what the navigation team at JPL needed. By utilizing Mars's gravity, the spacecraft gained a massive 1,000-mile-per-hour boost to its velocity. Think about that for a second. A huge burst of speed gained entirely for free. But actually, it wasn't just about speed. The maneuver also perfectly shifted Psyche's orbital plane by exactly 1 degree relative to the Sun. Now, 1 degree might not sound like a lot, but that tiny critical tilt is exactly what puts the spacecraft on a direct intercept course with the asteroid 16 Psyche.
Section 4. Bonus Science and Lasers.
While stealing momentum from Mars was obviously the main goal, the mission team wasn't about to let a close encounter with the red planet just go to waste. While whipping around the planet, Psyche powered up its instruments for a spectacular practice run. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the sheer amount of bonus science they managed to gather. Because Psyche approached from a high phase angle, it captured a rare, stunning view of Mars as a crescent, illuminated by scattered sunlight filtering through its dusty atmosphere. The multispectral imagers snapped high-resolution photos of the massive water-ice-rich South Polar Cap, the wind streaks in the Syrtis Major region, and the heavily cratered southern highlands, including the massive 290-mile-wide Huygens crater. On top of all that, early measurements from the spacecraft's magnetometers even detected Mars's bow shock. It was just a phenomenal calibration test for the equipment.
You can really feel the sheer relief and excitement of the team in this quote from principal investigator Lindy Elkins-Tanton. She noted, "We can thank the red planet for giving our spacecraft a critical gravitational slingshot farther into the solar system. The maneuver was an absolute, total success."
But wait, there was one more incredible piece of technology at work during this flyby. Psyche is carrying the Deep Space Optical Communications Package, or DSOC. Instead of relying on traditional radio waves, which we've used for decades, this new tech uses infrared photon lasers to communicate with Earth. This represents a massive leap forward, offering a 10 to 100 times increase in data transmission efficiency from deep space.
And to prove just how well it works, they use this laser to beam data back at an impressive 2 megabits per second from way beyond the orbit of Mars. Amazingly, and I absolutely love this, they even use this cutting-edge optical link to stream an ultra-high-definition video of a JPL employee's orange tabby cat named Taters chasing a laser pointer. I mean, it's just a little bit of fun mixed with a completely revolutionary leap in space communications.
Section 5. Onward to asteroid Psyche.
With the fuel crisis safely averted, the gravity assist flawlessly executed, and the instruments beautifully calibrated, the spacecraft is now looking ahead to the final chapter of its journey. Let's move to and see how this builds up over time. In August 2029, the spacecraft will finally arrive and allow itself to be captured by the asteroid's gravity. It's not just going to fly by, it has a methodical, multi-stage orbital descent planned out. It will start high up in orbit A to map the magnetic field, and then systematically step down through orbits B, C, and D. It'll get closer and closer to determine the precise chemical topography and mass distribution of this strange metal world.
The Psyche mission is already a triumph of navigation and engineering, but the real prize still lies ahead. If this asteroid truly is the exposed core of an ancient world, it literally holds the keys to understanding planetary formation. Since we physically cannot drill to the center of our own Earth, 16 Psyche is hands down our best chance to understand what lies beneath our very feet. So, the crucial takeaway is this. What secrets about Earth's own inaccessible core and the chaotic origins of our solar system will this ancient metal world finally reveal when we arrive in 2029? It's a fascinating question, and folks, we are closer than ever to answering it.